Hey, welcome back to part 2 of our episode here. We're so glad to have you back. We hope that you have your coffee, your tea, whatever you got going on today. Check out the episode and be blessed.
Yeah.
When you speak the word, it works. I mean, we hopefully know that, but I'm saying it does work. But I wanted to go to Lisa because she had something to say.
Well, she's like, did I?
Yeah, you did.
I did.
I think maybe he's talking about this, the great story.
I
you
wanted
have.
to hear about.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted you to talk about.
I do want to say
Rappelling
that,
on your hair,
but
kids.
I'll lead into that from this because recently I am helping out a friend right now, and I've overcommitted myself a little bit. With a really good thing.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. What I'm doing, helping out a really good friend of our family and everything like that. But I was actually just asking the Lord just a few months ago, even before we went on a pastor's retreat, and we kind of got to reset a little bit, even just mentally. But I was asking the Lord, whether it comes to house stuff, church stuff, helping out family, helping out friends, whatever, because that is, I know God made me that way. Like he made me to I know that I'm like a ministry of helps. Like that's always in my heart. But I was asking the Lord, is this a Martha thing or a Mary thing?
That's good.
And so I've been doing that with different things because it is so easy for me to just jump into something and give it my 110% because that's me.
We'll explain the Martha Mary thing.
I will.
Bit. Yeah.
So, Martha, BJ always says she was making sandwiches Jesus didn't ask for. But Martha was actually the hostess with the mostest.
She was doing a good thing.
She was doing all the good things and doing it with her whole heart even. I was thinking about that, she probably, if I knew Jesus was coming to my house, are you kidding me? I live for a dinner party. I would be so extra. I know. The house would be pristine. Everything would just be on point. If I knew people were coming to my house, regardless. And if it was Jesus Christ, the Christ.
Yeah, you do it for a casual breakfast.
Can you even imagine? I can't even, the thought, my brain would be on tilt. I'd be on Pinterest for hours. I would never sleep because I would just be getting, well, they didn't have Pinterest back then, but I'm sure they had something. Anyways, but she would be needle pointing the napkins or something.
Hand making.
Yes. Yeah. So to me, Martha and Mary, obviously they're sisters. Martha was doing all these good deeds. She was doing all the stuff. She was literally around Jesus all the time. Yeah. Had relationship with the Lord. It's not like she didn't have a relationship, but her sister knew something else. She was doing the better thing. Yeah. Mary was doing a better thing by sitting at Jesus, sitting at his feet and literally getting something from him and he even said it Mary's doing a better thing. And so I've just been asking the Lord, is this a Martha thing or a Mary thing? And for me, that's just been a personal thing. Cause I do think it's so easy for my personality type to just get really distracted with good things. Yeah. But there are better things out there, and the Lord actually wants you to live in the abundant life. Yeah. He wants you to live in the good part of life, and good things can really wear you down. There's scripture about it. Don't get weary in well-doing, because well-doings are good. Yeah. They're not bad, but they can literally suck the life out of you.
Well, I'm going to say it you can get weary in well-doing, but you don't get weary when you're serving the Lord. Yeah. And it's true. His joy is your strength. Mm-hmm. You can't get weary when you're actually walking in the kingdom and doing the thing you're called to do. You can't get physically tired? No, that's dumb. We have bodies. We get physically tired. We need a rest. But when you're serving the Lord and you're doing it joyfully, you won't have to worry about burnout. You don't have to worry about things like that. If we were being super churchy right now, we could be are you doing good things? Or are you doing the God things? Yeah. I don't want to spend my life doing good things. Right. I want to do God things. I want to do the things he's called me to do. I want to do the things he's anointed me with purpose to do. Lisa, you still got to tell that story.
Yeah, I will.
But since we started this whole kind of 3 episodes off talking about a conversation with our friend Josh Teradez had with Andrew Wommack, another thing that same year we heard Andrew Wommack say, who has been doing ministry for 50 years now, and as far as I know, never taken a sabbatical, never needed time off, like to repurpose, recalibrate. I've heard him say that himself. And a question came up directly to Andrew. There was 5 or 6 of us in the room eating dinner. And the question was, how have you avoided burnout? Like, how are you never like burned out on like the things you're doing? He's running what might be the biggest ministry in the world now. And he said, it's simple. I just love the Lord. I keep my eyes on Jesus. Because I've never been burned out. I've never gotten weary in what I'm doing. He's doing what he's called to do. He's got purpose. He has a cause, and he's never felt this thing that people talk about, burnout, because it seems like he's avoided doing all the good things that he wasn't called to do. And he's done the God ordained things that the Lord has given him to do.
Well, even the world says that, like when you work a job you love, it's not work.
Yeah, what is the phrase?
It's operating in your call.
Like it's not work when you love what you're doing or whatever. But that is exactly what you're saying.
It's the same thing. Yeah. Like you don't feel the burnout. You don't feel the heaviness of, I have to do that tomorrow. I'm keeping my eyes on Jesus. I'm doing what I was called to do, which is to do this or be a mom or take care of my home or anything. Be a minister, like start a ministry, any of it.
Well, it doesn't mean that you don't have hard days either.
No,
that's right. That's
or difficulty comes. I'll say it that way because I'm on this thing right now that I have no hard days. But I guess I'm saying that because I don't want people to hear and be like, oh, well, you're so perfect. No, like not that difficulty will not come even to like someone like Andrew. It's that you're not letting it be like, okay, I'm quitting.
Yeah.
I cannot.
That's
well,
right.
we believe all the promises of God here at FCG.
Yes.
Including when Jesus said, in this world, you will have trouble, but I give you my peace.
That's right.
So even when hard things come against you, Andrew Wommack has been through things that some of us can't even imagine, right? But you keep moving forward in purpose and cause. You can have trouble, you will, but you'll never be alone in it. The Lord always has an answer. And if you don't quit, you're going to win. Yeah. If you don't quit, you're going to see you on the other side of that. I truly do believe that.
Yeah.
You can't convince me otherwise. And I've had good friends that have tried to convince me otherwise. You can't convince me otherwise.
Yeah.
Lisa, you got to tell that fun story.
Well, so I just wanted to have a moment like Mary with the Lord. I've told the story a lot, but I do think it's a good picture, especially for moms or literally anybody that just is wanting to have a moment with the Lord, and you've got actual little distractions,
living ones,
little living, or I mean anything really, like Brittany was talking about the mental load too. So I was like, even like imagining that now. But when my kids were little, I just wanted to have a moment with Jesus. I wanted to have a moment with him. And I was sitting at the piano and I wanted to just sing to the Lord. 'Cause that's literally my cause. It's like my purpose on this planet, to sing to Jesus. And I just wanted to have a moment. And both of my kids, Ava comes right up underneath one arm and Judah climbs my hair and rappels up me and he's on my shoulders. And I'm just getting so frustrated in the moment. And the Lord literally spoke to me and said, they don't distract me and they don't bother me. And we can still have a moment right now. And so I want to encourage people, because I think it's sometimes like, well, if I could just get to my quiet place or my closet or whatever it is, like literally shut myself in a closet, whatever you have to do. And I know those, like you were talking about, Brittany, like having a walk with the Lord, like, man, those moments, mark out days in your life where you can do that. Yeah. But there are going to be times where there's not a perfect storm where everybody's chilling and you don't have that. And so even in those harder moments, either as a parent or whether you're working or you're tired or like we were talking about being weary sometimes, God can speak to you in those moments and he can give you like redirection. He can give you vision. And I just felt like when the Lord said, your kids are not a distraction to me.
Yeah, that's so good.
And I can speak to you. Yeah. in this moment. We can have a moment right now. Yeah. And it literally gave me the compassion. Like, I felt the Lord's compassion to me, and I felt his compassion to my kids.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And it did focus me. I mean, it did focus me in that moment with the Lord. And I think those kind of moments are powerful because, you know, the Lord is always speaking.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And if you know his voice, you can hear him in the chaos. Yep. Or the quiet. Yep. And I think that's the practice to me, like that helps with the distraction, is like knowing the voice of your Father when, you know, there could be, my dad is still, I know my physical dad. I know his voice so well. It does not matter where I'm at in a crowd. I can literally hear him above everyone else because I know his voice. Yeah. And when I was a kid, we would always be in a big church setting or whatever, like anywhere. And I would just hear him and know his voice. And I feel like that's when you start to practice that with the Lord, like even in the midst of distraction, you can hear his voice quickly, and it can quicken you. And like you said, redirect your whole day. Remember, what was the word again? Remembrance yourself. Yeah. He can redirect you. And I think those moments are powerful. And so do the practical things like writing down the things in the moment, or whatever, but also there are going to be times where maybe you don't have your notebook or your phone or whatever, and like you just need a word from the Lord, or you need that encouragement or encounter with him, and like invite him into those moments and listen to his voice. And we talk about it all the time. The best way to know God's voice is reading the word.
Yeah. And practice.
Yeah.
Like I was just going to add to what you're saying, Lisa.
It's good.
Because it doesn't matter if, you know, you're hearing Lisa and you know, you're like, I have little kids, or maybe it's chaotic at your work, or chaotic, you know, like you work, you physically work somewhere super loud, or you've got, you know, there could be a million different reasons that you're facing a distraction. And I have heard, because it was frustrating to me when Jolie, when I first became a mom and she started getting, because at first I was like, what the heck? Like, this is great. Like, I have, you know, you're postpartum, and postpartum season is hard, but then like 1 or 2 months, you're kind of getting to your swing. I'm like, people expect very little of me right now because I have a little baby who just lays here and I had to read my Bible all day. You know, like that was kind of great. But then they start to crawl and run around, and it was very frustrating for me at first. But I have taught myself to hear the Lord if my kids are with me, if I'm completely by myself, because you need that when you've got something chaotic going on. To me, what you are saying could have been such a frustrating moment.
Oh, yeah.
And you chose to hear the Lord speak to you, you know, and that's because you've trained yourself to hear the Lord. And I'm saying that, like, if you want to get away from distraction, you need to start training your mind to hear the Lord, whether it's quiet or whether it's loud physically, or whether you've got 15 kids running around you, or you've got 1,000 things to do today, or, you know, you're running a marathon, you know, in your mind, or literally running a marathon or whatever. Because I'll just give you an example even from me, like this past week, you know, I've said that I really have made an intention to wake up before my kids so I can get that time with the Lord. And then all of a sudden Killian's waking up at 5:30. Well, I was so like frustrated this week because he's been doing this. And I'm like, what am I supposed to get up at 3 a.m., you know? And I just heard the Lord kind of say, just go get him. Like, it's fine. And because I have trained myself to hear the Lord, it turned what could have been frustrating into just like, you know what, it's fine. And I think people need to hear that. Like, sometimes when you're feeling yourself getting frustrated, just stop. You know, take a minute and stop. Because it is normally when we're in the middle of distraction that you're getting frustrated. Oh, yeah. That's like the root of it. And just take a minute and stop and be like, do I need to be frustrated right now? Like, Lord, what are you saying? You know? Yeah. And then I just took a minute, and all the frustration left me. Yeah, like there several times this week, I don't know why he's waking up early, but I went and I got him and I said, it's fine. Like, you're just going to sit right here with me, you know? And anyways, I'm saying all that to say, in the middle of a distraction, if you have, I don't want to sound mean, but if you have not trained yourself, you're going to stay distracted, you know?
And frustrated.
And frustrated, because I have literally, like Will was saying, been in the middle of something that is actually distracting me from the better thing. I mean, even people, sorry, I'll call you out. There's so many people, like, you know, scrolling on their phones during church, you know, or like in the middle of worship, BJ is shaking his head adamantly, yes. Like in the middle of worship, ordering their groceries, doing all these things, and it's like, that's mentally, like, just be here, right? Like, you're here an hour and a half a week.
Yeah,
like,
just block it out.
Just block it out. Just be here. Like, you know, I was saying earlier, if you're with your spouse, just be with them. Like, don't, and if you do not tune your heart to feel that, like, conviction, because I don't know what else to call it, that little check of, like, I shouldn't be on my phone right now. I shouldn't be doing this right now. And you ignore it, then you're going to harden yourself to it. Yeah. Or you can give in to that and be like, yeah, like, this little, like, I'm just going to put my phone away for an hour and a half. I'm not, and then it becomes so much more easier because you out-train. Does that am I making sense?
Something Lisa said a minute ago made me think, and this might be kind of cheesy, but when she was talking about, you know, she knows her dad's voice above everybody. I felt like I heard the Lord say, and I know your voice. Like, you know my voice because you've trained, but I know your voice. So, like, in the moments where, like, everything is distracting, there's anxiety, there's whatever, you feel overrun, he knows your voice. So all you have to do is just speak it out.
So good.
Just open your mouth. It's like the other day we took the kids to some place museum thing, and Killian was on one end of the room and I was over here with Jolie, but I had that moment where I remember BJ talking about the same thing with his dad. He could hear his dad do this like thing, and he knew that he was in trouble. But I heard Killian from the other side of the room. There was probably 30 other kids there. I was with him. Yeah, you were with him.
No, I'm saying we do not let our kids
No. I'm saying I had one, she had the other. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. But regardless, I heard him from the other side of the room. He just coughed. You know, but I was like, that's Killian. And it's like my eyes just immediately knew where he was at. Good. And that's the picture the Lord gave me when you were talking about that. It's like, regardless of what's going on, regardless of if you have kids climbing up on it, you feel overstimulated, whatever. It's like that one moment of just opening your mouth, speak the word, speak his name, whatever. He knows your voice and he knows what you're trying to accomplish. He wants to help you accomplish what you want to accomplish in that moment.
And you have to train yourself to do that. You have to
both ways. You have to train yourself to make that your first response. Yeah. Yep. To make that your first response, and to also train your ear to hear him in everything. Because,
and that's probably the last thing I'll say, unless somebody else has something to say, but I like what BJ, you kind of said it lightheartedly last time, but like, this episode had notes of.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That's right.
To like bring everything we've said back around, I mean, to get rid of distraction, you know, one of the key things really is training yourself to recognize when you're in it and then bring the Lord into the moment.
Yes.
Right? Like it's going to be hard to retrain your mind not to be just constantly distracted by the world or because sometimes we talked a lot about good distractions. Yeah. Well, there's also terrible distractions.
Yes.
Like there's truly sometimes that you are watching too much TV today. Like you've watched, 7 hours of smut or read books that are garbage.
Or heard everyone getting diarrhea, and so you think you're getting diarrhea.
Thank you. Like worldly.
Wow, we've never said diarrhea on this podcast.
Parasitic explosive.
Oh, I was thinking, I forgot what it was called. Let's just call it what it is. It's crap.
To promote this week's episode, we're gonna post a picture of BJ's face when Lisa said that.
Like it. I saw a meme that said, the only thing worse than being diagnosed with parasitic explosive diarrhea is not being diagnosed with that. And the guy sitting in the meme was like, So why is this happening?
Goodness.
Can I just add a little funny thing?
Please.
So, because that was brought up and BJ's face, his eyes got so big, you would think that he was thinking it was a bad thing, but Jolie loves what we call potty talk.
Yep.
And not bad words. We're just like, you cannot say like
Poopy
all the time.
fart.
Like everything's
Yeah.
just...
He thinks is so funny.
We have...
The funny stuff.
In the past 6 months, we have completely cut out. We're like... and she has stopped. Or we'll be in the car. She said, can I say potty talk in the car? And like, I don't... We're just not
Just
sure.
Like,
one
you've been
potty.
extra good today.
Right. Yeah,
You
sure.
get 3 words of potty talk.
Whatever. It's a strange dichotomy in our house. But I was cleaning out her room, and when at my baby shower, whoever, I don't know if it was the one you threw or my mom, but it was like little cards of what you'll be like to baby. And I found BJ's, and it literally said, "You will enjoy all poop jokes."
and she does.
That's because I love poop jokes.
You're kidding me. Like, she is this way
You
because
spoke
her
that over
pastor
her.
prophesied it
Wait,
over her.
1 year
Her-
she
her-
asked if I could buy her poop pajamas.
This when she was 2.
was
That
2.
she's
This
came
is more
out
than
this.
a pastor, though. I think we're her godparents.
Yeah,
Her godfather was like, I'm going to make you
Yes.
love poop jokes.
Which is funny because I'm weird about it.
We should find
So,
her those pajamas. She would love that.
She would love that.
Oh.
All that to say,
good
that
on that.
was
Pajamas.
a real distracted
That's
thing.
very
But
funny.
you're right, Lisa. Like, we hear things of the world and then we give into it, and it gets us distracted from what the Word of God says.
That's right.
That we are healed by the stripes of Jesus. We are not subject to the laws or whatever of this
Viruses
world.
going
Like
around.
viruses
Yeah.
going around. I just told
Parasites.
someone that yesterday. They were telling me something, and I said, I am not subject to that.
Amen.
Like,
Somebody asked me, you're going to put lettuce on your sandwich? And I said, we don't take part in whatever the world's doing.
That's true.
I
I said the same thing.
we just don't
That's
take
good.
part in all that. So
Yeah.
yes, I'm eating lettuce
Yeah, that's good.
on my sub.
Someone
That's
said,
fair.
"Oh, that's brave," and I was like, "Well,
we don't
I
take
got the
I am.
word."
I
don't-
Braveheart.
Yeah.
we
I
don't-
brave
I
part.
We don't participate in that plague.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, we're using wisdom. Obviously,
Yeah.
we're not idiots, but if we heard the Lord say, "Don't do it," we wouldn't do it.
Right.
But I did not feel that in any way.
I actually have to rebuttal that. Like,
Oh.
we don't like. I don't know what exactly do you mean? Like, we're using wisdom.
Well, I'm not
because-
going to eat poop. Let's just say that.
What? That's not at all what's happening.
I got very
with this
distracted
thing.
on this poopy talk.
People are. It's like there's a virus or
Yeah,
something
that's right.
that's happening like because of lettuce and vegetables and fruit
Mm-hmm.
and like you just said like we're using wisdom, but like we haven't literally. I haven't thought about any
No.
vegetables or
But you
fruit.
do
thought
that
about
have-
you say yourself, don't make it harder on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
that's
if
right.
someone says, "Hey, that lettuce is contaminated," I'm probably not going to eat it. But also
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I haven't
Not
been
gonna be
like
worried
I
about
haven't
it
been
every
like,
time I see
"Uh-oh, should I
lettuce."
avoid
Okay,
a
that's
salad
fair.
or something?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
like
that's
I'm,
fair.
I'm not
Examining
processing
every
it every
piece.
time we eat. I'm like,
Right.
but
Not-
yeah, if somebody were to say, unless like the Lord told me to do like a John G. Lake thing, who took like the bubonic plague
Yeah,
and
put it
literally
on himself.
poured a vial of it
That's
onto his
true.
hand and put
That's
it under a
what Lisa
microscope.
was saying about eating poop.
And yeah, can we even air
I'm
this?
sorry, guys.
Like,
I'm
can
so
we
sorry.
Even, can we even put this out?
yeah, it's already
Now
out.
you have seen
No,
the inside
I
of
wanna
BJ's
keep it.
brain
I
and
think
my
it'll give
brain in
us
this episode.
already
I'm
out.
so sorry.
I think it might have a explicit tag at the end of
No, it's not.
I think you have to add that yourself.
Yeah.
Everyone does it. It should not be that taboo.
Well,
You know what we should
I
talk
was
about
gonna
next
bring
time?
it back around, but
Bring it
go
back
ahead.
around.
Please bring
No.
it. We need some good
I
notes
was
in
just
this.
gonna say that if there was a list, I
Mm-hmm.
know, yeah, it's 90 degrees today. If there was a list of like how to get yourself out of distraction to bring everything we said back around, number one, we talked about remembering who you are. You know, maybe if you don't have a cause or you don't know who you are, you should start there.
Ask the
Find-
Lord
ask
what
the
your
Lord.
cause is.
Have
Look in
it-
the Word and
That's
see who
good.
you are in Christ.
And if you're like, well, I can't wait for that, well, just remember the goodness of God,
Amen.
right? Like, it'll bring you back down. But then practically speaking, you know, maybe you need to dump some things out on paper. Maybe you just need to get out some
Yeah.
doing too much.
Turn the phone off.
Turn the phone off. Like, delete TikTok. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, and I know this feels like a small thing, but Will and I have just recently, in the past few months, like it was before you left to go on he had a trip to Montana. And we really heard the Lord say, like, okay, you guys have been very distracted, like, by just, wasn't anything bad, more like just us not being, like, focused on what needed to be, right? Is that a good way of saying it? And we really just felt like the Lord said, lock in. And we got really comfortable with just watching a lot of TV and, like, letting things go and staying up too late. I know I've said this before, but it just felt like our routine, and it felt like a good one. Like, we enjoyed that. And at first we were just like, well, when are we going to get time together, right? Like, if we're not doing this stuff at night. And it has just been the easiest transition for us. I'm not saying we never watch TV or we don't do stuff together, but if we have
or that every day is perfect.
Or every day is perfect.
We do it perfect.
Or we do it perfectly. But we have prioritized things that are the Word of God. Like, if we have not spent time in the Word today, if we haven't spent time connecting with one another and talking and, you know, making sure the things that need to be done in our life are done, like, no, I'm not going to watch 3 hours of TV, right? Mm-hmm. Like, so anyways, I'm just saying, sometimes you need to cut it off. And then there was a few other little notes we added in, but I was just trying to list them all, and now I've forgotten them all. So
you should remember.
Okay, well,
they've been recorded, so anybody can go
back and make your own notes.
But there was some very great spiritual and practical applications of how to
funny moments in today's episode.
You know what we should?
I apologize again.
You know what we should pick up with for the next episode or the next round of episodes, because it came up here at the end quite a bit.
You guys are hearing it first.
Is hearing God's voice, how to hear His voice.
Yeah.
Like Lisa said.
Those were the last two I was going to say.
There you go.
Train your mind to hear God's voice, and then train yourself to stop and call out to the Lord.
That's great. We should talk about that next time. We should talk about how to hear God's voice.
Mm-hmm.
How to recognize that in the middle of the day-to-day, in the middle of the passionate, the moments that are filled with passion and cause and purpose, and the moments that feel on the surface like they're just basically the busy work, the to-do list. Mm-hmm. How do we hear the Lord's voice in all of it? And like Brittany said, act on it, move on it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's a great, we'll put it on our new whiteboard.
We have a new whiteboard here in the office that we are putting the episode topics on,
or whatever,
to keep us from being distracted and to help us stay cohesive.
This was a good one, guys.
Good stuff. Well, as always, we want to invite everyone to come visit us at church on Sundays, Freedom Church Gastonia. We'd love to see you. We would. Awesome worship. We got awesome teaching. We got awesome kids ministry. We got awesome stuff. So, and we have free coffee and Panera. You can't argue with that. So come check us out or stream us on YouTube, Facebook, all the platforms. We'd love to see you. And we are going to be back next week for more coffee at FCG. We'll sign off here on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Bye.
Adios.
Bye now.
Hey, thanks so much for hanging out with us for Coffee at FCG. We are so thankful for you, and we would love to hear from you. So if you want to get in touch with us, send us a message, whatever you want to do, info@fcgastonia.com. If you'd like to give to our church, obviously we're a church, so it's a nonprofit status. You'll get a giving statement at the end of the year. You can go to our website, fcgastonia.com, and hit the giving link right there. It's a great place for you to sow. So we would love to hear from you. Just conversation. Let us know your prayer needs. Let us know what you want to hear us talk about. But we are so glad you're with us, and we will hear from you soon. You'll hear from us soon.